Hi, everybody. It's Catherine Ewing from Sacred Heart Alchemy out at one of my favorite places, the gazebo. I know you've seen me or heard me make Facebook live posts from here before. It's always a little bit of a crapshoot with whether or not I'll have internet. So I'm going to make this quick. But there's something about being outside near running water that always activates or stimulates me to want to share something with you. So one of the things I have been talking to clients about, it seems like ad nauseum to me, because I'm talking to so many different people about it, as well as my kids, and probably some friends as well, is the vagus nerve, and because it's so critical to managing your own mental health and your whole central nervous system, that I just share the information with everybody. It's, not necessarily something we often hear about or talk about. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit of the biology of it and then how it operates in the body. So the vagus nerve is actually the longest nerve in the body. It runs from the base of the skull all the way to the base of the spine. And it's literally like a superhighway of information. Information travels from the brain into the body, and from the body up to the brain through this whole system of what they call the vagus nerve. But there's actually, many, many different aspects to it. And it's connected literally to all our nerves and muscles because it comes off of the spine and the central nervous system. And the vagus nerve has been known, for thousands of years from the ancient yogis and yoginis to be literally the bridge between the two different aspects of the central nervous system. And those aspects are automatic, and one of them is called the sympathetic nervous system, and the other is the parasympathetic nervous system. And I always used to get this confused because in my mind, the sympathetic sounds like it would be the nice one, right? But actually, the sympathetic nervous system is the automatic part of your nervous system that feels anxiety and worry. It's often in the fight or flight mode, overly analytical. And the parasympathetic is the opposite. It's more when our mind and body are in a more relaxed state. We're calm, our breath, our respiration, our heart rate, everything physiologically is more relaxed and calm. And there's different chemistry that runs through the body when we're in the sympathetic nervous system, where we have more adrenaline and cortisol running through our body. And when we're in the parasympathetic nervous system, when we have more of the dopamine and the serotonin and sort of the gentler, more relaxing chemistry. The challenge is that most people, because we all have difficulties, trauma, big T trauma, little t trauma, places where we have felt unheard or unseen or unsafe in the world, that for many of us, our default mode is in that sympathetic nervous system. So we're more likely to be in sort of a heightened state of, the amygdala searching the environment, right, for something that feels threatening, looking out for anything that could possibly harm us. And, we've sort of got the dial turned up on the amygdala, and it keeps that flow of adrenaline and cortisol running through the body. Fewer people naturally default into the parasympathetic nervous system. Again, where it's more of the relaxation response, when we are doing breathing or meditation, right? Anything that is going to calm down the amygdala, turn down the dial of the part of our brain that is trying to alert us to any perceived danger. I'm going to turn a little bit because the sun is starting to poke through right into my right eye. So the vagus nerve is the part of our physiology, that part of that nervous system that runs all the way from the base of our skull to or the base of the brain to the base of the spine, that is sort of the bridge between the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. And when we activate that vagus nerve, when we sort of ramp it up, it can help to bring on the relaxation response. And there are many, many different ways of doing this. We can do it through different kinds of breath work. We can do it from holding our body in certain ways. We can do it by doing the heart-brain coherence that I do, placing the hand over the heart, slowing the breathing, and repeating some high vibration words. So because I don't have a lot of time here, because I'm outside and not plugged into Wi-Fi, what I would like to do is suggest that if you find yourself defaulting into that sympathetic nervous system whenever if you feel easily triggered by other people, or you have old memories or experiences that might come up and cause you to be triggered. If you find yourself sort of in high alert, looking for something to be fearful of or worried about, right? Sort of projecting out into the future about some potential fear or worry. If you find yourself more in those states, or maybe even ruminating about the past, what I could have done, what I should have done, what I didn't do, what he did, what she did, what they did or didn't do, right? So when we know, or if we know when we're oriented more in the past or the future, that's more likely to be a sympathetic response of our nervous system. When we're more in the present moment and more grounded, we're more likely to be in the parasympathetic, more relaxed part of our nervous system. So what I'm going to suggest to you is that if this resonates with you, if you can relate to this, that a really simple thing to do is to go to YouTube and do a search for the vagus nerve, or how to activate the vagus nerve, or how to use the vagus nerve, because there are so many really helpful anywhere from 5 to 15 minute videos on there with different exercises that you can do to begin to activate your nervous system, bring that more relaxed and balanced aspect of yourself into the present moment, so that you can begin to retrain your body and mind and body to be in that more relaxed mode rather than that more highly anxious mode. So I think I'm going to end this here. I've had a few people walk by and walk through the video. It's been a little bit distracting, but kind of fun at the same time. But before I run out of steam or power here, I think I'm going to leave it at that. I'm probably going to talk some more about the vagus nerve. But for now, if this resonated with you, go check it out on YouTube. I think you would be amazed to see how important this part of our nervous system is, and how easy it is to start to tone it and activate it so that you can live more in that parasympathetic part of your nervous system and less in the sympathetic part. All right, I'm gonna say goodbye for now and get on with my walk, and